Johnny Murray here, and today I want to talk about Black Myth Wukong. Now, this game is coming out next month, August 20th, and my excitement and interest in this game has really been like a journey, low key. And I think there's a lot to talk about. We have a lot of details and information about the game and how it plays, what it's like, what it is that I think I want to talk about, and I think you guys will probably find interesting. If you are at all interested in this game. And so we're going to go ahead and talk about that. I'm going to give you my overall thoughts. And yeah, we're going to cover a lot of different talking points about the game. But if you guys love gaming like I do, because I love gaming, consider subscribing. If you love PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, whatever, third party, indies, whatever, dude. We cover it all here on the channel. And I appreciate any support you guys give me on especially this video. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's start talking about Black Myth Wukong. Now, my overall thoughts on the game, well, right now, I'm very, very excited. But I think to give my overall thoughts on the game, I kind of have to go through this little journey I've had with this game. So, we've waited for so long for this game. This game was announced years and years and years ago. And it was announced to be it was one of the first Unreal Engine 5 announced projects. It was so early that it's just kind of been in the back of everyone's head. Man, remember this game that was announced forever ago that was said to be an Unreal Engine 5 that looked super duper realistic? Well, we've waited super duper long, and I think it was just, I want to say maybe 2 years ago or last year that we finally saw the game, and it looked just as good as when we first saw it. Now, my journey through excitement, when it was first announced all those years ago, I was very intrigued. I thought it looked really cool. I thought the idea was awesome, and I was very intrigued. But obviously, we haven't really seen the game, so my excitement wasn't truly there. When we finally did see the game, it looked like what I expected. It just looked also really cool. But so what they showed, it satisfied me. I was like, all right, looks good. But I can't say I was super duper excited because, unfortunately, it was announced to be a Souls game. Or what I thought it was announced to be a Souls game. And while I like my fair share of Souls games, I love Sekiro, I've kind of been burnt out on that genre. And, I don't know, Souls-like in general don't excite me. I love them after I've played them. But, leading up to them, I don't get super duper excited, if that makes sense. And so, knowing that this game was going to be a Souls-like, my excitement was really hard to get super duper excited, but I knew once I played this game I was going to love it. It was kind of one of those situations. But with a lot of the information that's come out recently, I've been able to properly set my expectations, and now my excitement's higher than ever. Low-key, this is my highest growing, most anticipated game on my list right now. It just keeps on going up and up and up the closer and closer we get. I am super duper excited. But let's talk about the information that I learned that I want to talk to you guys about that definitely helped me get more excited for this game and hopefully might get you guys a little more excited for this game. The first thing is that it was announced to be a linear game. Now, I know that's kind of a turnoff for some people, especially if you like open world and stuff like that. But let me go and say it is already announced and in interviews and in demos and stuff like that there will be explorable areas, but it is a linear game. So, meaning it's not open world, it's not like Metroidvania. It's a set path, and along those paths, there are some explorable areas that you can go around and find stuff. The next thing is, this is not a Souls game, guys. This is not a Souls game, and that was the big thing for me. As soon as I heard this, my excitement went up. This is not a Souls-like. The creator of the game actually did an interview and said he compares it to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which, if you guys know me, I absolutely love the Jedi games. I think they are phenomenal. So right then and there, that really, really excites me. Just to know that it's definitely a genre that I get more excited for, and it's this idea that I think is really, really awesome. Just so you know, Black Myth Wukong, in case you didn't know from the title, it's like a Chinese mythology game. Yeah, pretty much. In the interview, he said that it is going to be a challenging game, but not punishing. There are no difficulty options. So this is also something I really like. I like a little bit of challenge. I like when a game has a little toughness to it, but I don't like when it is purposely trying to make you rage quit. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of Souls games do that. And so I think it's going to be really cool that there is some challenge to this, but it's not going to make you go crazy. And I think that is really, really exciting for me. He did say that the combat in this game is more aggressive and fast-paced compared to a Souls game, which, again, I love that. I love aggressive, fast-paced games, and that's exactly what this game is going to be. And he says there's a big emphasis on perfect dodging. So this also, I love hearing this because one of my favorite games last year was actually Wukong Fallen Dynasty. I really enjoyed the combat and just that game in general. And a big emphasis in that game was perfect dodging. There was parrying, but like perfect dodging was the thing. That was the thing to win in the game. And I really did love that. And so the fact that is how this is going to be really excites me. You have the fast-paced, aggressive combat with the emphasis on perfect dodging with a little bit of challenge, but no punishing. To me, that just sounds perfect. That sounds awesome to me. And what even makes it better is he went on to say that in the combat, there are going to be stances. And if you don't know what this means, is there will be different forms that you can take. Like, you can take an aggressive form, you can take a passive form, you can take a ranged form. Like, there are different stances you can take as a fighter that will help you against certain enemies. So, for instance, you can play, I don't know what the stances are called, but you can select this stance that is more effective against bulkier enemies. You can play as this stance that is more effective against long range enemies. You can play as this stance that's more effective against faster enemies, stuff like that. And if you guys don't know what my favorite game of all time is, it's Ghost of Tsushima. And that is exactly what they have been describing this game's stances as, is similar to Ghost of Tsushima. I love the stances in Ghost of Tsushima. I think that is one of the coolest combat decisions ever. I think it is super duper cool and just adds so much depth and more layers to the combat. So to hear that, on top of everything we've already talked about, the combat is just sounding god tier. And from the look of it, the animations, just the cool special effects, just looks awesome. Let's talk about some of the other things you can do in the game. There are armor sets to unlock with different bonuses. Now, I don't know if the bonuses are going to be like statistics or if it's going to be like collectibles. I really don't know. But yeah, I do think having different armors is going to help with a lot of the customization aspects of the game and just having something to go for throughout the entire journey and experience. There is confirmed to be like different spells and transformations that you can do in the game. So pretty much spells is just going to be like some magic stuff. But the transformations are interesting. This is what I want to know a little bit more about. I want to see this in action. Basically, you're going to be able to transform into different beings, different creatures to help fight and like do different kind of attacks. And they even went farther to saying you can transform into a boss after beating them and use their moveset temporarily. That's insane, dude. That sounds crazy. Like, sign me up. That sounds absolutely awesome. And what's even better is they've already confirmed that there is going to be a high number of bosses. So this just sounds like an action-packed, super duper fun game with an awesome setting, amazing visuals, and hopefully a great story. I really don't know yet. It's confirmed to be a skill tree, which I'm very excited about that. I love games with skill trees. I mean, they're almost in every game, but there are some games that don't. And I think that's also back to like the differences with this game and Souls games. Souls games really don't have skill trees. It's just leveling systems. And with this, we're going to actually have a skill tree, which I think is awesome. Obviously, we know this is a gorgeous game. It's being made in Unreal Engine 5, and just seeing some of the vistas, seeing some of the enemy design, seeing some of the environments, seeing just everything this game has to offer visually, it's just stunning. I cannot wait to just get super duper immersed in the game. And yeah, Unreal Engine 5, I mean, come on now. Now, I am going to be very interested to see what kind of performances this game is going to have. I don't know if it's going to have a 60 frames per second mode. I don't know if it's going to have quality mode, ray tracing. I don't know any of that right now. If it's out there, if that information's out there in the wild, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know, because if this game has a 60 frames per second mode, oh yes, I am ready. I really do hope there is 60 frames per second in Black Myth Wukong. Now, as far as the story goes, I don't really know a whole lot about the story as far as what we've been told. I know there was like a story trailer, I do believe, but I don't quite understand the concept or the overall main plot. I just know the world that we're in and some of the enemies we're fighting. But yeah, this game does release on August 20th. Currently only on I do believe PS5 and PC, I do believe. They did have to delay the Xbox version because I guess I don't exactly know why. It's not due to Series S. Everyone thinks that Sony signed some kind of exclusivity deal last second, which I really wouldn't be shocked. But yeah, man, this is definitely an interesting game. Like I said, I was not really excited for it for like the longest time, but now I'm just like, I just can't wait to get my hands on it. And yeah, it really does look like it's going to be a special entry. I definitely could see this game being a huge hit when it releases August 20th. But you guys let me know, what do you guys think of Black Myth Wukong down in the comment section down below provided. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Johnny Moore out. Peace.